This is our third live of the day with Miss Jodie Steele. We will wait for Jodie to come on and then I'll invite her on and then we can ask Jodie lots and lots of questions. Jodie played Heather Chandler in Heathers. And she's going to be answering all your questions. So I'll just wait for her to get here. Gonna keep pushing it and keep saying that, like, today is obviously about such an important cause. It's to raise money for charity, and that's why we're here. That is why we're doing all of this. I can see she sent me a request. How do I get there? Jodie. Waiting for Jodie. Come on, girl. Connecting. Ah, hello. Some glasses on.
Oh, hello. Girl, I've been teaching. Look at the state. Look at the state. Do you know
Living your
what's
best
funny?
life.
This is literally, I just taught a Heather's workshop, and after this, I'm teaching another Heather's workshop as well.
Hilarious. What dances have you been doing?
A little bit. I will never shut up again.
No.
And of course, are we gonna have a problem?
Yes. Do you know what? I've never ever learnt that choreography. I literally feel like I need to buy one of you guys' workshops to actually learn the candy store choreo.
I am going to teach you candy. So we'll do a one-on-one, babes.
That's fantastic, thrilled, private session.
I'm going to see you outside, you know. It's a really lovely day.
I know. I've literally set up my little camp inside and it is so warm. I had to go and get a fan.
Babe, you are amazing for this.
Oh, for sure. Literally, my brain is fried.
Oh my God, I'm so upset. Like, bless you. And I don't think you people realise how much Scales had putting this all together.
Oh, it's been a long process. But no, we got here. We're here on this day. I literally was like, it'll all be worth it once we get to Friday the 24th and it happens. And then I'm going to have so much gin when this all finishes. Hopefully in celebration. But yeah, it's cool. So obviously today is to raise money for two amazing charities that are getting money really quickly to people that need it in our industry right now, which there's a lot of people that need help right now. It is, so thank you so much for coming to help and to answer questions and stuff.
Don't be silly, you donut. Anything for you, my babe.
Oh, babes. They're not even that hard. They're just kind of cute.
Are they? Are they cute?
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'll kick off with the first one. What was your audition process like for Heathers?
It was fantastic. It was a self-tape. If only big old things would come around like that. The thing is with Heathers, it was so special, wasn't it? Because it was a bit under the radar when we all got it and then suddenly blew up. And literally, I self-taped. Well, Liam, me BF, had done the workshop. And he was like, babes, it's mad. And I was like, I don't know much about it. I know that everybody loves it, but I don't know much about it. And then a lot of people were like, oh, you'd be a great Heather Chandler. And then when I looked into it, I was like, what are you trying to say? Why am I that mean? And then self-taped, and the self-tape was awful. I still have it saved. It's so bad. I don't know how I got the job. But it was
release it on YouTube.
Could you imagine? I think I'm it's that riff at the end. I'm like, oh God, why did you? And then it was sent off to America, and that was it. Mental.
Bizarre, right? It all happened so quickly.
So fast.
1 minute we were taking, the next minute it was first day of rehearsals, and it was just non-stop going until mad.
Till the end in November. It was just mad. It was totally mad.
So during your time at Heathers, what was the funniest thing that happened to you on stage? Of the list of things I'm sure there are.
There's two that kind of no, there's so many. There's a list. Number one, when we finished Candy Store, and us girls used to go and stand on the truck.
Yeah.
And remember when Soph accidentally took the lock off, and we were like, oh. rolling down, we're gonna die. Everybody in front of us is gonna die. I just kind of leant down and went like in a freeze. I just thought, because it was in the freeze.
Yeah.
We were like. What else?
So much so with those breaks, people kick them off all the time.
But it was just hilarious. There's also when I dropped the ball, you know, me and Bex never knew what the pate would be, and one day it was basically like water, and I plopped the ball in, and it went poof, over us both that day. That was a brilliant one. I don't know how we kept it together. And then my two top favourites, and I can't decide which one. One, the day where I actually did choke on the drain cleaner and was on the floor trying to be dead, like, and I remember just being like, no one thinks the girl has feelings. And the gel bar.
The gel bar. What an iconic moment in Heather's history. The gel bar.
I just remember, like, trying to be dead. Like, that is it. That was gone. And you could just, I obviously couldn't see Jamie and Carrie, but I could hear in their voices how hard they were finding it to, like, not laugh. Fantastic.
I like almost semi-wish that they'd like changed the line in the show. It was just, that was so funny.
The gel bar. Oh,
the gel bar. Okay. So, any costume malfunctions during the run did you have on stage?
On stage. I had a really, a very fast quick change. Do you remember that one where I had to go from my blazer into the night dress thing?
Yes.
And the dressing gown cord had fallen out, so the dress was so flimsy, and like all I had was a red pant on underneath, and I needed that cord to kind of keep things down. And I remember being on the bed, and as I flopped down, my whole bum just was on show, and I was asleep, so I was like desperately slowly trying to like pull it down, and I just remember like this giggling and murmuring in the audience thinking, oh my god, my butt is out, my bum is out.
A whole new show of Heather Chandler. Do you know what I mean? It's a good bum though.
Oh, like, well, you know, it'd be good. I'm desperately, every day I'm trying to get a bigger bum, but it's just not happening for me, sure. Doesn't matter how much I squat, it doesn't want to grow.
Biggest Heather rumour that you've ever heard that is a rumour, if there is one.
Biggest Heather rumour that I've ever heard. Oh, I don't know.
I feel like I've heard so many.
Biggest Heather rumour. I tell you what, biggest Heather rumour is that I'm going to be Heather Chandler on the tour. Because
there you go, folks. You've heard it here.
I actually had friends. I've had a couple of friends who are doing it, and have messaged me like, "Oh my god, I cannot wait to be on tour with you." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" So no, it ain't me. I know who it is though, and she's fantastic, and she is way fitter than I am, so it's a great choice. We love like leaving them wanting more. Do you know what I mean? Okay, next one. Would your Queen in 6, would Catherine Howard and Chandler be friends? No.
Why?
Because Catherine Howard has a good heart and doesn't like nonsense from people. So like it seems ridiculous, because when you see the show you probably wouldn't read into that, but when you obviously are directed into script, you always learn a lot more, don't you, that probably the audience never know. So Catherine Howard's always on the front foot. She's always like, wait, hold on a minute, wait, hold on a sec, but wait, isn't there a bigger, you know, she's always on the front foot and is quite calculating. So that's why she has this great monologue where she explores everyone, and she doesn't really get in your face up until that point. She ponders, whereas Chandler is a nasty person and is evil and is calculating, not to be intelligent but just to ruin people's lives. And so even though they have similarities with how their brain works, I think Catherine Howard has quite a pure heart, and Chandler is
not. There's like some massive engine outside my window. I'm so sorry if you hear that.
What is it?
I have no idea.
Although I think Catherine Howard would probably be friends with dead Chandler because she's great. She's just a bundle of fun.
Love that. Okay, this is another question. Talk to us about beginners and your relationship to it.
I don't know what you mean, Sean.
What does that possibly mean?
I am very good at getting ready into
Right.
Right, okay, yes. I'm very aware that this has got out.
No, it's probably my favourite moment of all of Heather's. I think between you, Lauren, and Jenny, I was never sure who was going to make it down right at the last minute. Like, and it actually like got my adrenaline going for the show. I actually kind of applaud you guys for being able to live life on the edge.
Yeah, to be fair, the worst thing that's ever happened is putting me and Drew in 6 together when there's a beginner's time for both of us. It's either me or her. Always, every show, it's like, who waiting on? Drew, Jodie, and sometimes I run down, I'm like, is she here yet? And they're like, no, I'm like, yes, get in.
Damn it. I swear to God, I literally would leave Lauren in the dressing room in her underwear and then enter into you in your underwear. It was honestly hilarious.
I remember doing my makeup in my underwear when Beautiful started. Like that, like 4 minutes before we
before you come on in the balcony? Yeah, probably about 4.5 minutes.
The amount of time. No, it was behind the little sliding doors, wasn't it?
Oh my God.
And the amount of time, Shah, that I literally ran in and it would go and I'd be like
and then just being like so cool, calm and collected.
God, it's terrible. I need my thing is, I remember my first show with Sherry as well. They were like, where is she, and I kind of ran onto the tractor and that was it, went on, and they were like, why do you do that? And I was like, I hate waiting side of stage because I am such an overthinker and I stress myself out or I overthink things and then I'm nervous, whereas if I don't think about it and I just switch it on and go, it's just better.
No, I get that. The worst part about a show is like waiting in the wings, and like on a press night you get called down to beginners and it's never beginners. It's always like 20 minutes because everyone's like drinking and sitting down in their seats, and there is actually nothing worse than having time to stand there and think about all the things you don't want to think about before going on stage. Like,
I hate press nights. I hate them.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, once that's over, I'm like, I'm gonna love this job now. But until that day,
I know. Well, that's what was so nice on Heather's, I guess, because we never really had a press night. We had a gala night where it was more of a celebration than like penalising us all, which was amazing. Like
that is true. And we had that lovely little pool area that I just wanted to jump in. But
oh yeah. Did anyone get in that on our press night, guys, or gala night? We had a swimming pool in the middle of the party,
but none of us really used it. I was just that child who was in the crowd looking for all the food.
The food. I literally think I found like one waiter who knew to bring the tray to me before like dropping it out to anybody else.
It was the sliders. I was like, where are they? Come on.
Right. I literally went, and they had like mini fish and chips as well, and I was like, this is fantastic.
I know. I love those things in the little cones.
Yeah. Yes. That's why we need to bring theatre back.
Yes, like and the canopies on the press night.
So, more questions for you, my dear. How has COVID impacted like you in theatre and like your career, basically?
Well, it's pretty much come to a hefty stop, actually.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, so I was obviously 6 at the time, and I had COVID. I actually have had the
oh
the
wow
test. Yeah,
no, yeah, when I came to see it you weren't there.
Yeah, in Wolverhampton. I really did. I lost my sense of taste, smell. I had a cough, a fever, couldn't really get out of bed. But I'm really happy looking back now, because part of me was like, no, force myself to go in, and thank God, because at that point we didn't really, this was like 2 weeks before lockdown, and obviously theatre went a week before lockdown, didn't it? And yeah, I was off the last 3 shows, and then when I was so excited because I was going back to work on the Wednesday and on that Monday, so I was like, no. And yeah, it has sucked. I mean, you know, I've set up JSA. Well, I set up JSA in November, so we tried to move that online, but it's so much better in person. But look, we'll keep going on with that. And been keeping creative with recordings and yeah, just bits and bobs. But I'm working as a carer.
Yeah, you are, which is amazing.
Yeah.
How are you
I haven't
finding it?
slept since like 1999. No, I didn't. I was on a night shift last night, so I didn't really sleep. So I'm like on caffeine today.
Feel you.
And
I think it's
I'm back
amazing.
again tonight, which is
Yeah,
like,
you're like a machine, man. I just
oh, there you
Did I go? I pause.
go. Yeah, you had this great freeze like this.
Make it into a gift. I literally I just think it's so amazing the way so many people in the performing arts industry are finding ways to put their skills to use in different things, like be it supermarkets or care homes or whatever it is. Like, it's really amazing, and it just goes to show like the kind of people that everyone is, and like yeah, I just think it's amazing. And
Yeah.
how important do you think charities like Funds for Freelancers and the Actors Fund are, like, right now? Like, how important are they to you or for people that you know?
It's actually for some people it is the difference of having to pack up their whole life in London and give up the career that they've worked so hard for forever, or not. That is literally the extent. There is some people who are scrimping and scraping money together just to stay where they are, so that they're there when things pick back up. And the other thing is, you know, there's already so many of us fighting for jobs that now, due to this pandemic, like, what jobs? Even coming out the other side of this, you know. So these charities are saving our professionals in our profession who we love to see on stage, and we don't want to lose them. And it's just a crazy. You'd have said to me a year ago, there's going to be a pandemic, I'd have been like,
I know. And like, it's actually mad that we're living through it, because you look back in like history books and you see like, oh, this crazy thing happened to all these people, and I always think like, I wonder what they all did. And then now I'm like, oh, they do like Instagram lives. But yeah, no, it's mad. And those charities are so important, because it is literally, for a lot of people, like, I know so many people that have already made the decision to leave the industry altogether, and that's really sad. And that's the worst part. Some people, it's impossible to kind of afford to work in this industry anyway. So on top of like what it's like now, like, it's absolutely devastating and heartbreaking to see so many talented people have to pack up and leave, like you say, because it's too hard, and because we don't know when we're coming back. There's not really a light at the end of the tunnel right now, because we don't know where it's coming from.
Like, tours put so many people in work, and I'm like, is there going to be enough theatres to do a tour?
Yeah, I know. And and touring is the only way to get theatre to people, like, not close. I know it's obvious, but not close to London, because like a lot of people can't afford to come down to London to see theatre. Theatre is expensive, and it's hard to access. So the best way is those touring venues, and if they go, you're losing, like, I don't even know how many thousands of people from being able to see theatre and experience it and enjoy it.
And also, not just that, people aren't thinking about the people behind it, who build the sets, who run the theatres, the restaurants, the hospitality around theatre in, you know, small towns and cities that depend on that tourism coming in, not from international places, but from just in this country, of people coming to get a drink at a bar, to go for a meal. It's like a circle, and you've taken a piece of that out, and so the circle can't rotate anymore. It's just
absolutely. And it's just, and that's the thing, isn't it? There's so many people that are affected by this, like, and which is why I think, like, for these two charities, that they focus on just creatives in the industry as opposed to just actors or whatever, like, because there's so many people's jobs that are affected, on stage, off stage, front of house, bars, as you say, like, people in the local area. Like, it's a mass amount of people that are impacted by this. So I think it's important that we give back when we can. So two more questions, and a little fun thing.
Hello, Miss Lucy Jones.
Come on, Lucy.
Hello, Miss Lucy Jones, who's in the house.
Who's got an album coming out in September? Cutie pie.
Yes.
Living her best life.
Listen, I was there that night, and that was probably one of the best things I've ever seen. I've never felt more proud.
Oh.
Never felt more proud. It's a total live album. That girl did that all live.
She's a joke. I mean, an incredible one. I can't cope. I'm gonna buy it. Don't worry.
Yes, I'm reliving that night over and over. I'm giving that out now.
So last few questions. What does theatre mean to you?
Oh my gosh. Do you know this? What the pandemic has made me realize what theatre means to me. It has made me so lucky to wake up every morning of my life excited. And I'm not sure how many human beings get to do that. And I know that there's a lot of humans that just work because they need money. But sometimes I just cannot understand how I got so lucky that I am able to earn a living from something that makes me so excited from the moment I wake up in the morning to when I'm still awake at 3 a.m. because I'm buzzing from a show and need to desperately get to sleep or I won't sing the next day. But I just feel so lucky, and the pandemic has made me realize just how lucky. So theatre for me is the difference between living a life that makes me excited and joyful and pure elated every day to just not.
Yeah, that's so true. I was just listening to you like, come on, go girl.
Preach.
Bring it to me. But it's so that's so, I won't swear, but that's so true. Like it is, and it takes away like your happiness and your joy, doesn't it, when it's like not there. Last question before a fire round. Liam or me as a man? Which one?
Listen,
Because
guys.
I think me and Liam look so similar.
I wish he was here right now so I could put his face on the screen. Listen, when you sent me that, I was like, oh my God. You, babe.
Honestly.
I'm going to pick you. That's my dream man on the screen right there.
Come on. You heard it here first, people. Thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. Honestly, I couldn't believe it when I went on that Face app and changed it, and I was like, oh my God. It's Liam Doyle. That's who I am.
I was literally like, when you messaged me, I was like, oh God.
Can you go? Oh, I can't. Well, there we are. You heard it here. It's me. Thank you. Soz Liam. Better luck next time. And then this is just a fire round where it's all Heathers related. And I'm just going to throw some questions at you. My dog is literally like making noises behind me. I'm going to just ask you loads of quick fire questions and then you just answer them as quick as you can.
Okay, crap.
Okay.
Sorry.
Slurpee or big gulp?
Slurpee.
Top or Haymarket?
Top.
Stage right or stage left?
Stage left.
Favourite Heather song?
I am meant to be yours. You are meant to be mine.
A line you remember from the show?
Well, me gently with a chainsaw.
A dance move you remember from the show?
I will never shut up again.
Like practicing for a workshop. Act 1 or Act 2?
Act 2, because it was such a dust for me. I was just dead.
Just dead. Last word we sing in the show?
Beautiful. Is it?
And we did hold it on for that long. That's so true. That's literally what happened.
And then I used to have to sprint for my life to
round.
get back into my costume. My Johnny costume. God almighty.
I mean, our bows was like the first time that I think I had like proper contact with you in the show, because as we'd all come bow together as a group, and then I'd also always just like grab your bum.
Oh yeah,
like, I'm behind you. And it literally became like part of my show ritual. And then I was like, how did this happen?
I had quite a lonely track actually, didn't I? I just seemed to like, I had the 2 girls and then I went into a trio with the 2 dead boys, and that was kind of my life.
Living your best life in those dead trios. Do you know what I mean?
Singing, shine, shine, shine a light, but backstage.
Listen, it was so hard to like be on stage with you, but not be allowed to see you. Like that's
I know.
I remember. Show.
Do you remember when we were rehearsing and I'd be like, oh, what was the line I used to say from the top of the balcony, just before after Shine, and all of you'd go. I was like, no, I'm here. I'm here.
The worst, the funniest one for me was the first time I went on for Martha at the other palace. Do you know when I got like thrown on halfway through?
Yes, I do.
And I got sent on too early. Like when you and Carrie have your like scene beforehand, and I was like behind you, like pretending that I couldn't hear or see you because you were dead, but also realizing I was.
I actually vividly remember that, and I remember being like, "Bless her."
I was sweating, having palpitations. Like, oh my! It was honestly one of those nerve-wracking things of my life.
You were so good though. You were so adorable as that part. Adorable, like heartbreakingly good at that part.
I don't even remember that show, but thank you. I appreciate that. But it's actually a blur. A complete blur. No idea. Thank you so much for coming and helping and just chatting.
And listen, if me and Liam ever break up,
I will be coming your way.
Make sure you grow that beard first, yeah.
I will, babe. Don't worry. I'll work on it. I'll stop all my my shaving, and I'll work it out for you. Enjoy your Heather's workshop. Have good times.
Thank you so much. I love you to pieces. You are amazing, guys. Please donate for these charities. Honestly, we kind of expressed to you how important it is just to get people to survive through this period of time. And Charlotte has worked her butt off for this today, so please support her and support the charities. And thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Thank you for coming.
Love you so much.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.